How's it going, everybody? This is BeatTheBush. Today I'm going to talk about the crippling debt of the Squid Game contestants. Spoiler alert, I'm going to go over most of the main characters and the origins of the debt that they have. This video is brought to you by Webull. They have a new promotion going on. You get $5 of free Shiba Inu if you just trade $1 of cryptocurrency. This is on top of the 2 free shares that you get if you sign up and deposit any amount. You're going to get 2 free shares of stock valued between $1,100 and $2,300. This is all for signing up for an account, and you don't have to spend any of your money to get all these free shares. Check out my referral link down in the video description below. Now, before I begin, let's talk about this .g game, which I have made a video on how to fold this thing on a different channel. This game is really to test the contestants to see if they're willing to trade their bodies for some money. So if they're okay with wagering a slap for $100, they might be okay with wagering their life for something a lot more. For anyone watching this series, you automatically have to convert between Korean wons to US dollars. It's roughly 1,000 wons to 84 cents US dollars. So what I normally do is just knock off 3 zeros. If it's 25 billion, it's really kind of like 25 million instead. So just knock off 3 zeros and you can just convert it a little bit lower. But for all intensive purposes, it's good enough to just knock off 3 zeros just to give you an idea of, oh, do they owe $100,000 or do they owe $1 million? This makes a huge difference and gives you a little bit of better context in watching the show. The main character, gi-hun, number 456, he has a gambling problem. He owes 160 million to loan sharks, 255 million wons to banks. This is equivalent to around 160K to loan sharks and 255K to the bank. So all in, it's about $400,000 of debt. And this is not quite enough to risk your life. He even uses the claw machine to win a prize for his daughter, which I think it's kind of ridiculous, because if I have enough money to play, let's say 10 times at a claw machine, usually they're like $1 or $2 or so, you can easily afford to buy an object that is worth more than that. It would be a reasonable present rather than having this gambling gene. It's like, I'm gonna just spend $1 and win something in the claw machine. Maybe he was thinking he can win every single time and get a whole bunch of items or something. I don't know what he was thinking, but I think the fallacy here to get into this kind of crippling debt is really his sense for gambling. 218 Cho Sang-woo, which is like a Seoul University graduate. He's an investment supervisor, embezzled money from clients, forgery of private documents, probably invested the money that he embezzled from his clients and took that and invested it himself. I think what he was thinking at the time is, okay, there is like $10 million, $100 million that he can just kind of borrow from his clients, and if he invests in something risky, all of a sudden, maybe he makes 10%. All of a sudden, he has $10 million. Now, you're not supposed to do this. This is absolutely very, very illegal. And so the people running the Squid Game says he owes about 650 million wons in losses, which is $650,000. This is nothing to sneeze at. It's close to $1 million, right? But later on, he told the main character that he really owes about 6 billion wons, which is $6 million. Now, this indeed is very crippling, and I think he basically can't get out of it because he embezzled money. The police is after him. He basically have to, I guess, risk his life to try to earn the money back so that he can pay everything off and maybe, help his mom, so that his mom's shop is not lost. So I think the lesson here is when you invest in something highly leveraged, I think this is what he did because it was derivatives in futures that he said he was investing in. If you think about the S&P 500 futures, it's what the market think it's going to be worth. So it can swing very wildly compared to the actual S&P. Because of this, the volatility is going to be many, many times greater than the actual S&P volatility itself. And when you play with huge volatilities like that, you're going to get huge swings in profits and also losses. And then you have the thug girl from North Korea number 67. She learned to pickpocket from the thug. Her brother is in a transitional home. Her parents are still in North Korea. She's struggling to try to find money, earn money, steal money, whichever way she can, to try to pay for a service to allow her to smuggle her parents also from North Korea into South Korea. It appears that she paid these smugglers some amount, and then apparently this person says they got caught, and so the money is gone, and it's not like he can pay her back or anything. And then he goes and suggests that, oh, you know, it's a lot stricter now. You need $40 million in order to smuggle the people across now, which equates to $40,000, which is a huge amount of money. But if you watch this thing, this person appears to be lying. So I don't understand why she would say, okay, fine, I'm gonna try and get the money. And this is the whole reason why she wanted to participate in the Squid Game, is like she's gonna get the money and then she's gonna pay this person who is obviously lying, had no intention of getting her parents across the river, but it seems like she has no choice, and maybe she's gullible enough that she's gonna try and get the money, risk her life to try to get the prize money. Contestant 101, the thug himself, apparently if you are a thug, you probably get a lot of drug money, and with the drug money, you probably have the money in your hands sometimes. So this is very similar to contestant Cho Sang-woo, where they have access to a huge amount of money and they think they can just kind of borrow it for a second. He goes to Philippines to gamble, and he probably thinks that, oh, you know, gonna gamble, I'm gonna get like make double. And all of a sudden, if he makes double, he can return the original money, and all of a sudden he's gonna have a whole bunch of money on top of that. The fallacy here is that they think they're gonna win, but really what happens in all these cases is they go gamble the money, they lose the money, and then, you know, the money that they borrowed is gone too, so then now they're in debt. Contestant number 199, the Indian guy, it appears that he's an illegal immigrant into South Korea. He's working for some place. That's why the boss there can make him work for 6 months, and he's, you know, kind of delaying stuff, not paying him, and he has to take it because he's not there legally, because he can't really, you know, go to the police or anything and say, hey, you didn't pay me. So he doesn't have the leverage to ask for the money. All he can do is just kind of, you know, beg for it and stuff, and then the boss is just kind of using him and not giving him the money. And then they got into an altercation, accidentally pushed his fingers into this press machine, squashed the hand, and he found the money that's on the floor, and he just took that and gave it to his wife, told his wife and his kid to run away because, you know, they're gonna go after him for hurting his boss. So I figure he is probably done for. The police is gonna go deport him, maybe he's gonna go to jail or something for this. And so he figures, okay, his life is over, well, might as well participate in this game, risking of his life. Maybe he can win 45 million US dollars or so. Just give that to his kid and wife, and, you know, just be done with that. I think a lot of these people are just kind of stuck in a position in life where it's really hard, although all of this is fictional characters, right? But I think it parallels really well with actual real life people. So I think that's why this show is so popular. People can sort of relate. It's like, oh my gosh, yeah, I know, you know, there's this crippling debt and stuff, and, you know, if only there's this prize that you can win. So how do you not get yourself into something like this if you have a gambling problem? I think you really have to just not gamble, but I know this is probably really hard, speaking to, you know, like an alcoholic that's trying to not drink alcohol. It's like a really hard thing to do. I personally don't have a gambling gene, but I don't know. If I did, I probably have to just kind of stay away from it, right? Like not live near casinos, get away, far away as possible from those type of things. And I don't know how much understanding statistics would help, because usually with any kind of gambling, the odds are in the long run that you're gonna lose. So for me, it's not enticing at all, because I feel like every single time I play, even if I have a short period of winnings, eventually I'm gonna lose it all. So that's what goes through my head that prevents me from even starting to gamble at any amount. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this analysis of this quick run through of how much everyone owes. Don't forget to give me a like, and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.